What's up, guys? In the works, and we are playing some more Halo 4, and there has been a large amount of you guys who wanted some more Halo 4 videos, and I haven't had a lot of opportunities to play the game lately. With all the new games coming out, we've got Halo 4 out, we've got Black Ops 2, we've got Aftermath on the way. So many good games. It's just really hard to squeeze in some gaming sessions here when I am so busy, and it's kind of a shame. I was kind of bummed that Black Ops 2 and Halo came out so close together. But Halo is a lot of fun to me. I think I actually do enjoy it a little bit more than Black Ops 2, to be honest. I mean, it's one of the most surprising games I've played in a long time because I kind of had low expectations for it. I didn't know how 343 Studios was going to do with this particular title, but they actually did a stellar job with it, and I am enjoying it quite a bit. So when I do get the opportunity, I still do pop in the old Halo 4 every once in a while. But this is a really good Infinity Slayer, which is the new Slayer game type in Halo 4. It's pretty much Team Slayer, but they have a little addition where you basically get points towards your ordinances, and then you can call those in. So instead of like the power weapons per se, you can actually use the ordinances. Pretty similar, pretty standard to the other game types in Halo 4. So not really too surprising there, but this is a really good game for me. Like I think I go on 2 really good streaks. It was almost a flawless. Like I felt like the flawless is in reach, but then I got a kind of silly death that was my own fault. I went into an engagement that was not smart because he had a shotgun and I had a saw. But speaking of the saw is all powerful, and I think this is probably one of my favorite new weapons in the game. And Halo 4 did such an awesome job of balancing weapons, and balancing weapons is something that is inevitable in first-person shooters. People always talk about it. People are always like, well, how are the weapons? Are they overpowered? Etc. etc. I mean, if you look at it, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, people always are talking about weapon balancing. And you look at Halo, and I've kind of always seen Halo as the pinnacle of weapon balance because they've always had, quote, the power weapons. In order to get those weapons, you have to get to them first. Well, with the ordnance drops, you actually have to earn them, but there are still power weapons across the map, so there is a certain amount of skill, I guess, that it takes to get to those weapons, and I do enjoy that about Halo 4. But in Black Ops 2, man, the SMGs rule the day, and I think they're going to end up having to retweak some of the weapon balancing in that. But the saw, oh my gosh, do I love the saw. It is so much fun. I mean, it's really good from like short to medium range, but once you get really far away, you can't really hit anything with it. But for in-your-face engagements, there is nothing that is going to touch you if you have a saw in your hand, unless of course they walk up to you with like a shotgun or maybe even a rocket launcher. Then maybe they will be able to take you out instantly. But look at this, the saw just tears through those shields. Even though I get an assist because he had to just go and steal my kill, he couldn't just let me get all the glory for myself. But that's okay, I will just go ahead and steal his kill and call it even. But I'm going to go on a pretty good little short tear here with the saw, and this is definitely my favorite new weapon. I mean, this thing is so much fun. Like I said, it's good in close. I would say this is about the max range when I pick this guy up right there. That's about the max range of it. Anything outside of that, you're going to have a difficult time killing them with the saw, just because, I mean, it's made for in-your-face engagement. Once you get out of that kind of range, you're going to get outshot by even the DMRs, the BRs, stuff like that. So you do have to know your weapon, and that's one of the most important things about Halo, is knowing your limits on your weapons, knowing when to pull out of engagements. And I think I do a pretty good job of that in this particular gameplay. Like right here, I know that I'm outclassed, I know that I'm surrounded, so I just bail. I mean, there's really no reason to stick around in that. Most likely I'm probably going to end up dying, which right here is that moment where I was like, alright, I got you, and then boom. See, he actually had the best in-your-face weapon, which is the shotgun, which was really kind of bad luck on my part, because I think if he would have just stuck with his assault rifle, I probably would have been able to take him down. But unfortunately, he did have a shotgun, and I think that's a good example of just not having the proper class for that. So, I get the last laugh there because I pick up his shotgun and I kill him. So, I guess we're even when it's all said and done. But I am really enjoying this game, guys. I think this is probably one of the more fun games of the year. I had so much fun when the game first released. I'm still really enjoying it. I think it's one of the fresh takes on Halo. One of the best really ways they could have gone about it. Like when I think about Halo and I think about how the gameplays kind of work out, how the game kind of flows, because Halo's always kind of had that flow to it. I mean, if you think about it, it's always been about the power weapons. It's never been about, custom loadouts. And the idea of ordnance drops, of custom loadouts, kind of that Call of Duty kill streak and, pick your class type things, at first was kind of underwhelming news to me. I was kind of worried that they were going to do it similar to Reach, you know, because Reach didn't do a very good job of implementing that type of feature into the game. I never really felt like Reach played out smooth enough. I mean, I hated the armor lock thing. Oh man, that was always so frustrating to me. But I think 343 did a good job of implementing customization in the Halo, you know, giving you choices on which weapons you want to start with without making it too over the top. You still have to get the ordnances, you still have to get the power weapons across the map. If you want more nades, you've got to go pick them up. So there's a lot of aspects in the game that I think are just awesome. And you know, the Needler is back. The Needler is super strong now. And I like that. I've always been a Needler guy. I think it's a lot of fun to use as I get a nice little super combustion double kill. And that's always a satisfying way to take someone out. But one thing I was glad to see was that Halo 4 was the most active game on Xbox Live last week. It beat out Modern Warfare 3, and I'm ready for that game to just disappear and act like it never existed. I'm sure a lot of you guys, I'm sure Black Ops 2 will overtake Halo 4, unfortunately, next week, but I think if I had to choose between the two, and I thought about doing the video on this at some point, but you know, it would just cause like flame wars. I was thinking, you know, ooh, I'm gonna lose to a SAW there. There's a good example. Don't go into a close quarters fight with a BR versus a SAW. You'll probably lose. But I was actually thinking about doing a video on Halo versus Black Ops 2, but I knew that that would just cause like a giant flame war. But me, honestly, I feel like Halo 4 did more. It's more interesting to me than Black Ops 2, but you know, Black Ops 2 is a pretty good game in its own right. It is a fun game from time to time. It's a nice little final kill there. So I think I ended up dying twice in this game and getting, I think, 23, 24 kills, so a pretty good game. And if you missed any of my last videos, I actually did a Battlefield 3 showdown yesterday, an AUG versus AEK showdown, one that you guys requested. And before that, I did a pretty cool video, which I don't know if a lot of you guys saw, so if you missed it, you do want to check it out. It is a Black Ops 2 Class Act, which is an old series I did on my channel. I'm bringing it back here for some Black Ops 2. I did it a lot in Black Ops 1 and a couple in Modern Warfare 3, but basically I go in and I talk about some of my custom classes and stuff. So take a look at either of those, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.